Hey everyone, welcome back. Today I'm going to be doing a video on my tattoo pain rating. Now, this video was inspired because I saw Emma Blackery do one. And one of the questions that I get asked a lot is like the pain rating of each one. I'm going to go from most painful down to least painful. I might not talk about all of my tattoos, but I'll just talk about the ones that I can kind of think of and are somewhat significant. The most painful place that I have been tattooed is elbow, this area here. So whether it's in here or like round, like to be fair, she missed my elbow. She managed to strategically not get my elbow. However, getting close to the elbow bone and this area here, and then also in this bit, that was just agonizing. And also I had the fear in my head of thinking that if she pressed too hard, she was gonna like, because it's so thin and you can see your veins. Obviously, she wasn't gonna kill me, but I was like, what if? So that was probably the most painful area that I've been tattooed. Going down from that, after that, I would say my feet are the most painful, just because it's very thin and it's straight onto like bone. I would say I once made the mistake of getting my foot tattooed and then going to work in a shoe shop for 4 hours on a Saturday. Bad move, because you're running around grabbing shoes for people, climbing up ladders, climbing up stairs, and your foot's all swollen and painful and horrid. So that was a really bad move. But I would say your foot is one of the most painful places to get tattooed. It's just because it's quite hard, your feet, and it's all like all your tendons in there. The skin's quite thin. Ugh. Then coming down from that, I think the next most painful place is my legs, like the bottom half of my legs. So I have, how many tattoos do I have on my legs? I have 4 tattoos on the bottom of my leg, and I don't know what it is about the skin down there. It feels quite tight, like it just feels like really taut, and when you tattoo through it like that, when the needle goes through it, it feels like it's like snapping. Like that. Like imagine like you've got imagine you've got like a stretchy bit of cling film, you're pulling it really taut, and then you pierce it. It's sort of like that's what it feels like. And because it's like really tight skin, you just sort of feel it so much more, and quite, especially around where it's more bony, it really hurt. I just found getting the bottom of my legs tattooed really just pretty uncomfortable for the entire time. The next painful point, so we're getting least painful, right, is inside of the arm. So it's quite thin, the skin here. It's not that bad, but it still is like, it's quite nippy. The skin here is quite nippy. When you start getting close to the elbow or the edges, that's when it starts to get more painful. This was all right, I suppose. But I remember this part, like the inner part of my arm, just not very nice. Didn't really like that as much. And then for me, the least painful place to get tattooed is chunky bits like this, like the outer side of my arm here, because it's all chunky. When you start getting towards the wrist though, wrist bone again, that's when it starts to get more painful. But like up here, fine. That was all right, I suppose. I didn't hurt too much. My shoulder, I don't really remember getting my shoulder tattooed. My thigh, again, same kind of skin, quite chunky, thick. Thighs didn't hurt. The only time that it started to get painful was when, again, around the edges, and when it gets to like your sensitive kind of areas, you know, like the inner bit of your legs. But yeah, so my countdown, most painful being elbows, arms, inner elbow. Then feet, then lower leg, then inner arm, then outer arm. Just bear in mind, anywhere that's got thin skin or is bony is likely to be really like painful. Anywhere that's quite chunky or flabby or fat or thick is likely not going to hurt as much. Tattoos hurt regardless, pretty much. They're uncomfortable. They're not like, oh, this is so fucking pleasant. This is so nice. Keep doing this to me. But it depends where it is and how tolerable it is. Like, tolerable. You know, you can sit there for a few hours in certain areas and get tattooed. You do kind of get used to the pain. Definitely feels nice when they wipe it with the white stuff, with the watery stuff. Oh yeah, the cooling. So you can't really deny that it's not going to hurt. It's manageable. But then some places aren't, and you're like, and you feel like you're going to poo yourself because you're straining so hard. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you have a good day, and I shall see you soon.